Tuesday, November the 9th, I'm Martin Gagel with Market Radius Research. We've got Executive Chair Rob Chase of MediaValet. MediaValet is a cloud-native, enterprise-class digital asset management DAM software as a service provider built on Azure. We're talking with Rob today because they've had a few significant news releases already this month. Firstly, a partnership with Monday.com, MediaValet's availability through Microsoft Azure Marketplace, and a significant customer win. And we're here to quickly review these and their implications with Rob. Remember, this is neither a recommendation or investment advice. We're here to learn about the company. Rob, thanks for joining us today. And let's talk about the first news release that came out in the month with Monday.com. You are partnering with them, where your service is available through their ecosystem. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, we're actually, we've just been listed up on their marketplace, which is their main sort of source for apps that tie into Monday.com. And we built a connector together that connects MediaValet with Monday.com. It's a starting one, first version, but we've got a great plan for how to integrate that together to create a two-way sharing of information between Monday.com and MediaValet. That simple purpose of ensuring that our customers can maximize and optimize their world in terms of workflow and creative assets and operations, and really for digitization of the organization, making sure they have the right assets to go to market with, that they're fresh and current, and that they can seamlessly execute on that and have the systems to support it. And that's where we come in. It's kind of what organizations need today. They need to have a strong digital strategy. So we have great hope for our relationship with Monday.com, particularly as that connector continues to build out. But in the meantime, they have 127,000 customers. They're a significant organization who is also leaning into partnership. They do believe in partnering and creating a best of breed collective of marketing IT assets, and in fact the whole IT stack. And so excited to be there as their only DAM partner at the moment. And really, this is the result of us going out strategically this year and trying to figure out how we replicate Wrike, who is also a workflow organization, and who we found to have a very synergistic relationship with in a similar manner, just at a very smaller scale as their 18,000 customers. So looking forward to seeing what we can do here with Monday.
With Wrike, you announced that's a couple years old now, right? That deal?
It is, yeah. They do somewhere around 7% of our new business comes through Wrike, and but it's interesting because there's such a synergistic connection between marketing workflow and digital asset management. They're always cross collaborating, and as a result, we track what's called influence deals. In other words, customers come to us who are Wrike customers, haven't necessarily come as a referral from Wrike, but have us at the top of the list of potential vendors because of that Wrike relationship. And when those customers decide to purchase us, we'll track that as an influence deal. And for every one deal they send us, we're getting another 3 or 4 of influence deals. So if we can be that successful with Monday, it'll be very exciting.
So on Monday, you're on their marketplace, so they can basically buy a subscription to MediaValet off of their marketplace, so they generate revenues, or is it that or you're integrate, the more software tools you're integrated with, you just become a better value proposition? So an existing Monday.com says, hey, between you and the competition, hey, you guys are integrated, this is a natural fit, it fits with our workflows as well. It's sort of a double win.
Yeah, really, this relationship starts off the best as what's the best situation for the customer. And so being able to simply, easily, quickly add MediaValet to the mix through the marketplace, a way that they're used to purchasing, is a streamlined and easy to do thing for our customers. It's got the customer at heart at the front here, and knowing that DAM is a necessary must-have component of their IT stack. This just makes the world better for their customer and our customer. So that's where it starts. The fact that they will make some money on reselling us is a bonus. right? And the fact that we'll sell more together is all a bonus. It's all about one, putting the customer first. And I think that's really where we start from as a company. So it's I think it's the right way to go.
All right. So you'll be there, like it's an app store, like off the Apple App Store, someone can buy it.
Yeah.
Do you need to get involved with them to integrate it at all, or it's sort of self-serving and they kind of, it all kind of makes sense how they upload and get
Yeah,
their.
I mean, we've had to do some work to enable the system to be delivered via their marketplace and to pass their security tests and all that sort of stuff. Same as we did with Azure here, that coming up as one of the next day we announced that as well for their marketplace. But yeah, it's not just a matter of say, hey, we're available. You have to actually integrate into the marketplace process so you can be sellable through it. But once that's done, we still will be meeting with the customer to help them get their taxonomy set and get implemented and properly trained and get the full value from MediaValet as well. So yes, it's it really just provides an easier purchase option, more common for the customer to go and transact. But then we'll still need to do the traditional implementation work. And actually, that's another piece of this partnership that we're excited about, and one that isn't really there with Wrike today is there's a large system integrator, partner ecosystem around Monday.com that now we're able to integrate with, teach them about MediaValet and how they can integrate MediaValet into their customer worlds to improve the customer experience using our API, and make more consulting dollars consequently, but also give them more reason to sell and bring MediaValet into the discussion. So I think that'll be something that's we're looking forward to getting going with the Wrike ecosystem, I mean the Monday ecosystem.
All right. And then as you mentioned, you announced a deal with the Microsoft Azure Marketplace. And so you're for sale on Microsoft.
Yeah, this is we're pretty excited about the Microsoft development here because we've been have a long-standing tech relationship with Microsoft. A little bit of non-recurring engineering between us every once in a while. Sometimes some marketing programs around a specific initiative, but no real go-to-market partnership per se. Getting on their marketplace and brings us into that go-to-market strategy with Microsoft in a place that they're leaning into, right? They're pushing Azure and they're pushing Marketplace. This is part of the future elements of Microsoft. So we're aligning there. We're very excited about that. This gives us a better opportunity to collaborate with their sales folks and align there. Which we haven't had before, and a way to transact, which we haven't had before, that those salespeople can get compensation on. And as well, with the Microsoft Marketplace, we've done a lot of the security pieces and tests and integrations necessary to be on Marketplace, which gives, it checks a lot of the boxes on the security settings side of thing for the purchaser to streamline their process. So again, I think this is a great development for us. It's a much bigger organization, obviously, than Monday. So it's you can get lost in the fold with large organizations. Our first push is really going to be getting right into their 1,200 Canadian managed Office 365 accounts to let them know this is available and start seeing how we can help improve their digital strategies. So that'll be step number one, and we're excited to get going on that now.
You mentioned the Microsoft salespeople, and Microsoft has just a huge global distribution network with IT service providers, huge ones and small ones. Does it give you any more leverage or access to those guys, or is it more within the internal Microsoft sales organization?
Yeah, over time, definitely it'll give us a much larger net that we can cast. Today, we'll focus on those 1,200 accounts. Plus, we have some very unique artificial intelligence work that we do together with Microsoft. And so we will also start reaching into their AI sales team, which is a global team that'll enable us to hopefully get in front of global accounts with that component of the Microsoft team, because we really do a good job of bringing value to customers using their AI capability in unique ways for DAM. So
Okay, and then it's sort of similar to Monday.com. You go onto the Azure Marketplace and say, buy this so much,
Yep.
and then you guys contact them and then sort of get the implementation done and work
Yes.
on
Work with them on implementation. Absolutely.
Oh, and just sort of a little off topic, where like 20 years ago was all about the operating system. People were fighting for that. And now it's more the ecosystem, the cloud, where you're in our marketplace, you plug in with these things. So the operating system is kind of irrelevant now, whether it's Chrome or like the browser is the kind of operating system, but it's the ecosystem that's so important.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could think of the operating system as now being in the cloud.
Yeah.
So Microsoft Azure, what's unique about our Azure relationship is actually we decided to build right within their platform as a service. So we don't have, a garage with machines in it. All of our developers develop in the Microsoft cloud. They don't develop on local boxes.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people, what they've done is they've built in their garage or on premise, and then they put it in the cloud on infrastructure as a service. That's your Amazon Web Services, your traditional Azure, right? So we've done it a little bit differently, but Azure has that capability of being basically an operating system in the cloud, and that's how we use it. And now their job, what they want to do is they want to own as much of the computing world as they can, just like on the, with the operating system on the PCs themselves or what have you. So it is now bringing organizations like us to develop within Azure, which now propagates Azure, right? And Amazon's trying to do the same thing, obviously. So yes, it is. That ecosystem really is no different from creating apps on the old OS. To connect and right, you just do it in the cloud now.
Cool. All right, and then you've announced a couple of big customer wins.
Yeah, we're excited about those, and it's both of these the recently the home audio one and this university down in Ecuador, again in South America. They are like really, both of them are extremely innovative organizations. The home audio one is an extensive user of AutoCAD, for example, for developing all of their audio systems and programs and materials that go with it, and being able to connect their DAM to AutoCAD and be able to display all those 3D files and things outside of AutoCAD is pretty amazing for an organization like that. And likewise with the university, I mean, they're putting over 80,000 classes online. These folks are pretty amazing because 3 years ago they got going on, cloudifying their offering, if you will, because they knew that was the future. They did it just before COVID, right? And of course, COVID hits and they're already prepared. Amazing. But what I love about this one is, and both of these organizations being, effectively mid-enterprise type organizations, I mean, they have at their disposal the best tech stacks that are available. And for them to come realize, A, that in order to be successful with with their digital strategies, they need a DAM, and B, that MediaValet is the best option for that because of our enterprise class positioning and how we've built this business, is a great validation of, one, our roadmap, but two, of the opportunity for DAM, right? I mean, there's two poster childs there that I couldn't be happier with. And that comes on the back of, in September/October, Research and Markets released some of their latest DAM market estimates. And now they're estimating it to be about a $4.3 billion industry this year in 2021, and growing at about 19%. We've been growing at about 33-34%. So, we're growing much faster than the market itself. But we're excited to see they've extended their outlook all the way to 2026 and believe that by 2026, this will be a US $10 billion industry. So, look, we've proven that we can win in this market. We have a very unique vision for it, and of building our moat around MediaValet, how we're differentiated. We're winning great deals that corroborate that. We're getting great partnerships in place to help with that go-to-market to go and win the best possible share we can of that $10 billion industry. So, we're really excited. We've doubled the size of the company this year in terms of headcount. And that's what we set out to do. We have the growth capital to go do it. We're getting it done, leaning into the business because that's such a massive opportunity to go chase after. The faster we can build out our vision from a roadmap perspective and get those go-to-market folks in place, the faster we can get a nice big share of this monster market. So we're very excited. Those things are coming together, and I think each quarter we sort of show another step along that path to prove that out. So yeah, very excited for these two announcements from that perspective.
When you mentioned you're doubling the size, or you've doubled the size of the organization headcount wise, is that sort of all division, or like the developers have doubled, the sales, or is it more of an emphasis on the sales and marketing side now that you've got the platform, you really want to push the sales and marketing?
Yeah, pretty even.
Okay.
I firm believer that you need to build it and you need to take it to market too. So we're leaning into both, but to be fair, we're leaning heavier into R&D. There's a long roadmap ahead of us to go deliver on, really, and the way we characterize that is we've developed a DAM maturity model of where we want to take customers, enable them to go to where DAM is omnipresent, if you will, in your world, right? So no different than if you're Googling something, it's finishing your sentences for you of what you might be searching for. We're serving up all of the content that you could possibly be needing contextually as you're communicating, right? So to be able to do stuff like that would just be groundbreaking, and what it could do for customers is amazing. And there's very few customers that realize that that's what they need. There's some of the really big genius brands for sure already recognize this. So we're busy trying to build out that long-term vision. And so the more, the faster we can get R&D folks in, the faster we can get on that, because you're always obviously at the same time, chipping away at all the base features that of course tie into that, but help you win today as well. So we got to lean into both those things. Firm believer in using R&D to not only help you win more today, but to continue differentiating you in the future. And this is a deep industry. It's like most industries, at surface level, you think, oh, good idea, sounds easy. And indeed, you can probably develop a base level in a garage. But if you want to do enterprise class digital asset management and truly integrate into a customer's world to enable them to be the best possible digital organization they can be, it's complex. And so, there's lots of run room there for us to go and build something that's, unrivaled in the space. And that's what we intend to do. The market's there to support it. So let's go build it.
All right, Rob, that's great. Any final comments before we wrap up here?
No, thank you very much for the time, Martin. I really appreciate it. It's great to have a chance to talk a little bit about some of our recent releases and why they're meaningful. Maybe $87,000 or $90,000 new contracts isn't massive from the, from materiality perspective. We finished the last quarter with basically $9.5 million of recurring revenue. So pretty small in the grand scheme of things, but they're more than double our average deal size. And so that's exciting, but really they're just a marker to corroborate and validate that vision we have, and to show the progress along the way that it is winning. And that enterprise class DAM vision we have, cloud DAM, that is actually very intuitive and easy to use. So even the smallest of organizations can use it to the largest, right? Literally, our smallest customer pays us $6,000 a year right now, the division within a larger company. Our biggest customer pays us $500,000 a year right now. So it can scale from the tiny to you can't outgrow us. And so, I think that's a pretty grandiose vision with us. Of course, within that, we're not focused on the SMB side. We're focused on only SMB if it has an enterprise use case, but predominantly that means we're going to be in the mid to enterprise bucket predominantly from a size of customer perspective.
Well, and yeah, 90 grand isn't a ton on its own, but the beauty or what's slow about the SaaS model is you're building it up. That's recurring. That comes year after year, and then you keep knocking a couple more $90,000 deals out, and they start adding up.
That's the snowball effect. And, you know, it had just pushing close to that 10 million there last quarter, right? We're at that tipping point for SaaS where you're at the scale. I mentioned we're, you know, doubling the headcount. That puts us around 100 by the end of the year. You know, we're now at the scale where we have the people, the reach, the awareness, the customer referenceable base. You know, you're at that tipping point for SaaS, and that's where it gets really exciting when that scale starts to hit.
All right, Rob, thank you very much for joining us. That was great. Great to get an update. Have a great day.
Appreciate it, Martin. Thank you.